What's up, Steve? How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. It's hot out here.
It's a
But
little hot. Luckily, we're in air-conditioned room.
yeah.
Today, I'd like to talk about office hours. How have you benefited from office hours?
Let's see, from office hours. Sorry, there's a fly.
That's all right. We can it's rolling.
Okay. From office hours, what have I benefited from? Well, I do get to ask the questions that I do have in class because I do ask questions in class, but sometimes, I don't know, I get a little shy. I don't want to stop the entire pace of the lecture
Me
just
too.
to ask my question.
Me too.
Especially sometimes I'll feel embarrassed. I'll be like, okay, everyone else probably understands this. That's why. So I'll probably just ask that in office hours. And yeah, so I really get to address those problems, and yeah, I get to just address any misunderstandings I have.
Yeah, I thought about in your schedule, you literally have posted some questions that you have on the slides, right?
Mhm.
What was that experience like? So when you went into office hours, you would kind of probably show those questions or like articulate those questions to your teachers, and
Yeah.
you would prepare for that, right? You wouldn't just go in and be like, "Do this problem for me," right?
Yeah, because I mean, usually the office hours are like a 1 hour slot, and there's already a bunch of people waiting in line, and so the professor's busy, and I don't want to waste their time. So I try to come in prepared. So I'll have my questions, like specifically like written out, and the textbook with the reference to some definition that I have a question about or something,
Perfect.
and then I'll just make sure that I know exactly how I'm gonna word my question before I go in, not just be like, I don't understand this. Like I try to be very specific.
Nice.
Yeah.
That took some time to develop, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you sound like a role model student right now, but I like to highlight that we all start somewhere. And oftentimes we don't start out as the student who can go to office hours and ask the most detailed and specific questions ever, right? It takes time and it's a process.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely been a process because I think the initial barrier is just like no one likes to admit that they need help and to admit that maybe you're falling behind or you just don't understand some things. So it really helps, and I think the teacher appreciates when you come like really organized, and if you come consistently, they won't judge you for being behind or having questions because they recognize how much work you're putting into staying afloat in the class and trying to do well, and they'll more likely appreciate you coming to class and being in charge of your learning.
Nice. Yeah, that's a respect,
Yeah.
mutual respect. Is there something that we can show to help students guide them on this process and figuring out the anxieties behind going to office hours?
Yeah, we can make some skits on what it's like going to office hours, or some waiting in the line outside, or just how to approach the professor. Be respectful, and how to ask questions.
Yeah,
Make
so
some skits.
yeah, skits. It kind of reminds me of we've both worked in the restaurant industry, and it kind of reminds me of the onboarding videos where like they kind of show you not to put the knife in the 3 compartment sink without telling the dishwasher that you're about to put a knife in there, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like that, but geared towards how to make the most out of office hours.
Exactly.
Awesome. I'm excited to do some of those videos with students and teachers.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think a lot of people will benefit from it.
Thank you for sharing your ideas.